Hi guys, it's Melissa from the Melmar Group, and I am starting a series about being a virtual assistant. So if you want to know what that means and how I do work from home and make good money, stay tuned. Okay, so if you followed my channel at all and know a little bit about me, you know that I got my real estate license about a year ago. Not because I've always wanted to be a realtor, but because we're looking to move still. And after working with a realtor for a while, I realized that I could do this myself. And so I went and got my license so that I could save some money. I have a whole channel about real estate. It's called Real Estate Savvy. I'll put a link to it down below if you want to know about contracts, due diligence, all that kind of stuff. You can go there. That's not what this video is about. What this video is about is how I became a virtual assistant, in part because of that. So I have worked as a virtual assistant since about 2012. It started, and if you don't know what a virtual assistant is, let's start there. A virtual assistant is someone that helps someone else, usually a small business or some sort of business professional, with tasks that they need done, and the virtual assistant does it remotely. So in 2012, we were involved in some litigation regarding one of our children and, her education. Sorry. And so we had an attorney, and attorney bills can go through the roof really fast. And I knew enough about special education law that the attorney had me work as her paralegal. Now, she didn't pay me at the time to do that, but in a way she did, because she didn't need to charge me for all of the services that I was doing. So it helped our bill. So it was kind of a little bit of a barter system. I don't know what you want to say, but it helped our bill, and it gave me some experience in the meantime. So I did paralegal work for her and put together our files and our binders and researched things. And she would give me, she'd say, I need this for the case and that. And so I did those things for her. Well, then maybe a year or two later, I met a different attorney that practiced that same field of law. And he hired me because of my experience to help him with a case that he was doing. And so I was able to do that from home, and I did research and went to the hearing and all of that, and got paid for that, for most of that. Some of that I had to donate my time, but it was a labor of love. So anyways, I did get paid for that, and I was able to work from home. And then that led to some people that were involved in that hearing who needed some administrative assistance or some research, and they hired me to do things. And I've just had the experience of, doing little side jobs here and there since 2012. And then I started my own blog. I'm sorry to yawn. Started my own blog. And so I got to learn about WordPress and graphics and all those kinds of things. And I started my YouTube channel, and I got to learn about that and making thumbnails. And then I went on Pinterest and learned how to make pins and link them back to my blog posts and all those kinds of things. And prior to that, I've had several businesses, small businesses, since I became a mom, just to try to help out our family. And then prior to getting married and becoming a mom, I worked as a secretary, and I helped with event planning, and worked in catering, and worked in the hospitality industry. I worked for a major university. I worked for a major hotel chain. And so I have all these little things that I know how to do wrapped up in one place. And so I would just take jobs as they came. I didn't really think much about it. And then about a year and a half ago, we were looking for a home with a realtor, and I mentioned to her that I really was wanting to make some money from home. And she hired me to be her assistant. And so I did that for a brief time until I realized that, hey, I could get my own license. We can save some money if I do. because I'll get paid when I buy a house, I'll get paid a commission. And so I ended up getting my license, and now here we are. So in the process of working for that realtor, I learned all about being a real estate assistant and transactions, and that there's a whole group of people that can handle the transaction for a realtor. And so that was my goal, was to get my real estate license, look for a home, and be a real estate assistant and a transaction coordinator. Unfortunately, where I live, the realtors don't like to pay much. And if you are a transaction coordinator, the typical status quo where I live is you only get paid if the transaction closes, which is a real bummer because you could be putting in a lot of time and you only get paid if they actually go through with buying the house. And so I didn't really like that, and I had some resistance to that, and I put in place, I needed to be paid. I think transaction coordinators get paid about $300 a file, and I was like, look, I need to be paid $100 regardless. Well, that didn't fly very well with the people that in my area, because there's plenty of transaction coordinators that will just work for free until the home closes. And so I kind of shifted gears and looked at the different things that all those skills that I mentioned, and decided that I would focus more on being a virtual assistant. And so that is what I am currently doing. So I offer administrative assistance. You need me to type something, you need me to put something in Word, you need me to, put together your files, go through a spreadsheet, anything like that. I can do that for you. I also can provide research services, which I'm typically getting paid to do. And then I also can do marketing and design. I can do email marketing, and I can do some design work because of my experience with having a website and YouTube and all of that. I can do some basic design things. I'm not formally trained, and a graphic designer is always going to have a more superior product than I do. But if you've got some simple needs, I can do it for a lot less for you. So I'm able to do that. And so that's what I've been doing. And I've been marketing myself in that way as a virtual assistant. And I find jobs online. I find jobs through word of mouth. I'm doing a lot of research for like wholesale flippers, wholesale real estate people that buy homes and then turn around and immediately sell them, or buy land and turn around and immediately sell them. They're having me do a lot of research for them, trying to figure out pricing, trying to figure out what is in the area that they can put in their listing, those kinds of things. And then I've also done brochures for people. I'm trying to do a newsletter service where I have a template of a basic newsletter for real estate. And then I can add in your colors, your logo, your name, your contact information, and you can email it off to your email list, or I can do it for you, or whatever. So there's lots of different avenues that this has taken me, and it's been really great. And I'm able to determine my own hourly wage. And like I said, people where I live don't necessarily want to pay that. But because I'm able to network and market all over the internet, I can find people in other parts of the country where they don't have a problem paying $30, $40, $50 an hour. So it's been really, really great, and I would love to teach you more about being a virtual assistant. So leave me a comment down below if you'd like to know more. I can teach you how to set up a business inexpensively, really inexpensively. We can talk about how important it is to clarify your services, marketing, all sorts of things. So leave me a comment down below if that interests you. And if you are already working as a virtual assistant, I'd love to know about it. And I'd love to know anything else you want to tell me. If you have some other sort of way that you work from home and make money, I'd love to know that too. And make sure that you subscribe so you won't miss any of my videos. And until next time, make it a great day. Thanks. Bye.